Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent prayer and or reflection. Thank you. Please be seated. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Hickman?
Present.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember McGee?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Tisdale?
Here.
And Mayor Manos.
Here. Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Madam City Attorney, closed session report.
Thank you, Mayor. The City Council met this evening at 5 o'clock to discuss 3 items of closed session. The first, conference with labor negotiator in connection with the unrepresented employee city manager, pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6. In addition, the City Council discussed 2 potential cases of anticipated litigation, one pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9, Subdivision D, Paragraph 2, and the other, the same subdivision, but Paragraph 4. There's no reportable action this evening.
Thank you, Madam City Attorney. That moves us over to presentations and ceremonials. We have an item on presentations and ceremonials tonight for recognizing business of the quarter. Unfortunately, the representative from Storyland Studios could not make it tonight, so I'm going to postpone this, move this to the next City Council meeting agenda, and move forward to public comments. Non-agendized items, 1 minute in length. This is an opportunity for the public to go ahead and speak. Please, when you come forward, state your name, city of residence, and then please keep your comments to 1 minute. We have a large crowd tonight, and I understand many speakers, so we will be cutting people off pretty promptly at the 1 minute mark. Fair enough? Madam City Clerk, do we have any requests to speak?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have 25 requests to speak.
I see we're going to be here for a while.
Yes, we are.
Very good. Why don't you go ahead and start with the beginning, and we'll move from there.
Our first speaker, Daryl Holder, followed by Sharon Galena.
Hello, Honor Mayor Manos and Council. I'm Daryl Holder from Lake Elsinore. I'm standing here representing the majority of Alberhill community. People who moved here enjoy a better life in a community which was promised. Promises were made but never delivered by the developer. Our community was plagued by foreclosures and has complained about high FDCDF rates since the beginning. Many of the members in the community are struggling to keep their homes. We had our first foreclosure last month on Alderwood on homes built just 2 years ago by Ryan Homes. Our values are not keeping pace with cities around us, and we believe the big reason is that our rates are too high. The residents of Alberhill do not mind paying their fair share, but when we're paying the highest in the county and the city, we don't think that's fair. So we think it's outrageous. We do appreciate you allowing this opportunity to correct this by having a carve out, and we're here to ask your help in letting us, supporting us in getting that done.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Galena?
Sharon Galena, Alberhill Ranch, Mayor and Council. There was a new brochure out called Alberhill Villages. It states that Alberhill Villages has been stuck in a bureaucracy for 5 years. The developer's not getting what they want. But as my understanding, that's on mining land. And mining land needs to be reclaimed. So I don't know who's stuck. I think Castle Cooke needs to reclaim the land and then come to the city. You know what I'm saying? And they were talking about a school and a four-year university at no cost to the taxpayers. How's that possible? Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk? Madam Deputy City Clerk? All right, oh, there we go. Madam City Clerk.
Our next speaker, Corrine Neal, followed by Daniel Diaz.
Mayor and Council, my name is Corrine Neal. I live in Alberhill Ranch in Lake Elsinore. My house is at the corner of Lake, it backs up to the corner of Lake and Mountain. Very busy noisy area. About a year ago, my next-door neighbor went to sell his house. It took forever to sell, and the results were fairly disappointing to our neighbors. We discussed the issue, and I asked if it was the proximity to Lake Street that was the issue because of the noise, the motorcycles, the big trucks. And he said, no, that's not it. What it was is the taxes. People said that this is the highest tax rate area that they had looked at, and when you figure the cost of the taxes into the monthly payment, you could get a lot more house somewhere else. Thank you.
Thank you. And our next speaker.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. My name is Daniel Diaz. I thank you for your time and for being part of this meeting here tonight. As a member of the Alberhill Ranch community, I'm quite sure I speak for the rest of us. We did a petition count of 300 plus residents for the carve-out. We have many great people that reside in the community, many hardworking Americans that come here to build a better future for their families and for people that want to retire here. The trend here in Alberhill Ranch is a high turnover of short sales and foreclosures. Let's change that trend. Let's keep our families in our homes. We want this carve-out. We need this carve-out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, Karen Holder, followed by Frank Delino.
My name is Karen Holder. I reside at Alderwood Drive in Lake Elsinore. Our community of Alberhill would like to thank the City Council for recognizing this inequality and allowing us the opportunity to correct it. The proposed carve-out that you and the city staff have created would help alleviate this burden on our community and help us recover and grow as we should. We stood before you in a similar situation on August 13, 2013. At that time, you recognized the strong neighborhood support of Alberhill Ranch, and you chose in favor of the people over the developer, and we thank you. Again, our neighborhood is here tonight to ask you for your support in promoting this carve-out to our developer who insists on ignoring the concerns of the residents in Area A. These signatures on these petitions are from the majority of Alberhill Ranch Area A and are proof that we definitely want this carve-out that you have so graciously created for us. You're about to hear from, well, you've been hearing from several residents. I was finishing Daryl's speech. Anyway, I'd like to present to you these 300 signatures plus. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Frank DeLeo. I live in the Alberhill Ranch community also. We've been here for almost 10 years now. We just absolutely love Lake Elsinore and the area at Alberhill. But I got to tell you, living on a fixed income for retirement with the special assessment, Melrose, whatever you want to call it, is pretty tough. So I strongly, and the whole family strongly supports the carve-out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, Linda Slocum, followed by Jennifer Douglas.
Hi, my name is Linda Slocum, and I reside at 4162 Alderwood Place in Lake Elsinore, and I'm asking the city to support and promote the Alberhill Ranch carve-out. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
My name is Jennifer Douglas, and I reside at 4166 Alderwood Drive in Alberhill Ranch, and I'm asking the city to support and promote the Alberhill Ranch carve-out.
Very good. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Eddie Castro, followed by Teresa Martinez.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Eddie Castro. I live at 4150 Alderwood Place, and I would like to request that you guys can help us out with the carve-out at Alberhill. I'm having a hard time paying my mortgage, and that'll give me a tremendous help. Thank you.
Thank you. Very well said.
My name is Teresa Martinez. I live in 4147 Alderwood Place. I would like the city to help us with a carve-out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, George Gano, followed by Deb Rebel.
Hi, my name is George Gannum. I live in Alberhill Ranch, like the rest of the guys here. And, I pay $7,200 a year, which is crazy. And when I tell that to other people, they go, what? What city? And I think this whole thing gives Lake Elsinore a bad rap. It's not just Alberhill or whatever. And I've heard from I told other people, hey, come out to Lake Elsinore. And they're like, oh, taxes are too high there, man. Mm-hmm. So anyway, if you guys could help us with the carve out, we'd really appreciate it. As you know, gas is going up every day, meat's going up, and, I have 3 kids, and you guys need to help us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deborah Abel. I live on Lovett Circle in Alberhill Ranch, and I would appreciate if everybody could take this seriously and get our taxes lowered. My husband and I would love to sell our house down the road and are very concerned that how can we sell if there's houses there with half the taxes that we pay? So what's fair is fair. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next speaker, Dina Ganem, followed by Patricia Ponzo.
Hello, hi, good evening. My name is Dina Ganem. My husband and I are homeowners at Alberhill Ranch, and we've been here for a while. We love it. We're paying too much for the taxes, and it's really been a struggle for us to make all those payments. We have kids, and we're trying to stay at the city here and enjoy it with our kids and with the rest of the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm Patricia Ponzo. I live on Ash Street in Lake Elsinore. I would like to ask your help for the support of letting Castle Cooke know that we really would like the carve out. And if there's anything that you can do, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, Tony Ponzo, followed by Tim Thompson.
Good evening. I'm Tony Ponzo, live on Ash Street in Alberhill Ranch, and just here to reiterate what everybody else has been saying. It seems like the good people of our neighborhood have been paying higher taxes. If that's true, then it's time we get some relief, we believe. We had hosted a party to talk about this subject at our house the other day, and quite a few people came, and they're pretty worked up about it. So if you can help us, that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, Teresa Thompson, and followed by Miguel Betancourt.
Hello, I'm Tim Thompson from Alberhill, and I'm here to ask the same, carve out, lower our property taxes. If we do pursue an elementary school, we're going to probably have bonds. That's going to increase our property taxes even higher. So anything you can do now to lower it, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Miguel Betancourt, and I live in 4101 Poplar Circle, and I'm here again for the taxes to see if you guys can help us out. I've been living in that house for almost 9 years, so it's been 9 years that I've been paying high taxes. So I just want to make it clear that we really need some help here. Okay? Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Teresa Thompson, and I live in Alberhill. I moved to Lake Elsinore a year and a half ago after living my entire life in Northern California, and I love it down here. I'm really enjoying the city and everything it has to offer. But I do ask your support in lowering our taxes. It's not fair that we would have to pay higher taxes than other people in our neighborhood, and it would make it's really detrimental when it comes to selling our house if we have to pay more taxes than somebody down the street does. So I ask for your support in lowering our taxes. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Jesse Gomez, followed by Daniel Lopez.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jesse Gomez. I also live in Alberhill Ranch for the past 5 years. I moved over from Torrance. And I've been coming to Lake Elsinore for 30 years, and I decided to buy an Alberhill Ranch 5-6 years ago. And to my surprise, when I got my first bill, I couldn't believe it. First thing, that car wasn't this close to me. I pay over almost $9,000 a year in taxes. Like I said, in 5 years, I've seen like 8 or 9 people in my block that they had moved out because they couldn't afford it. And they keep going and going, and the house is empty. And I don't think we get anything more special than anybody else around. So I'm here to beg you guys to help us to get the carve out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Maria Lopez. My husband's not here, but I'm here representing him. And the first year that we moved here, I've been here 6 years, and we were surprised with having to pay taxes after the first year of our residence here. And I'm actually asking you guys to help us out with the carve out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker, Polly Torini, followed by Teresa Kerpluck.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor and Council. I'm an HOA board member of Alberhill Ranch, and I'm for the carve-out and asking for you to help get our message through to Castle Cooke. I'm also tired of their PR firm, Live Lake Elsinore, bashing the city. Since 2009, the City Council has reduced crime, built 4 fire stations, a new boat launch, opened 2 regional parks, a new state park, renovated 3 old parks, new equipment, built 3 dogs parks, brought Lucas Oil off-road racing to town, and through refinancing opportunities, the city's lowered CFDs for thousands of taxpayers. You have also committed millions improving our transportation network, reduced crime, improved public safety and infrastructure, built and revitalized parks, brought new businesses to town, and enhanced the quality of life. Can I say a...
You can keep talking as long as you like.
Thank you. Stop her. Sorry. Okay.
Please.
I believe the City Council is committed to improving our quality of life, and your track record speaks for itself. I trust you will stand behind the citizens, your constituents, when the time comes to vote on these issues in the future, and I believe you will help persuade Castle and Cooke to give us the carve-out now.
What you do for one, you do for all.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I know. Now everybody's going to talk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm going to be the downer.
Oh.
I'm going to be the lone wolf, the downer. Okay,
Oh, no, it's
so
okay.
good evening, City Council members. My name is Teresa, and I'm also a resident and an HOA board member of Alberhill Ranch. I just want to say that there is a lot of misinformation being spread. Oh, yeah, you see my face.
There you go.
It's a horrible picture, by the way. I hate that picture. Misinformation being spread about the proposed new school in my neighborhood. I understand that the proposal is to replace a city CFD in Area B with a new schools CFD. I know that this will only impact Area B. It will not impact the other areas, which has not yet been built and has no homeowners. That is why I was completely confused to see neighbors going door to door and asking other neighbors to sign a petition somehow dealing with the school and our CFD tax rate. The new school CFD has nothing to do with our tax rate, as ours is already in place. This proposal will create a financing tool that will make the school in Alberhill a viable plan again, and I can tell you that this is what we want and need. This will raise our home values without raising our taxes. You are going to hear, or now you have heard tonight, that a lot of neighbors don't want a school because they want their property taxes lowered instead. Now, I would like 50% off my property taxes too, but the thing is, they don't understand these are 2 separate issues. Okay. They're 2 separate issues, and in order to pay to split that bond, you have to buy that bond, and it's going to cost millions and millions of dollars, and I don't know where that money's going to come from. Are you guys going to pay it? Because to ask Castle and Cooke to pay it, they're a business, they're not a charity. So what they do not understand is that these are 2 separate areas. I do not appreciate hearing my neighbors being lied to about what it is that they are signing, and this is the case with this petition. This school would greatly benefit my family and so many other families in our neighborhood. To move forward, we need you to acknowledge Castle and Cooke's letter from back in May asking you to release a portion of the CFD on Area B so it can be replaced with a new school's CFD. This request should take just weeks to process, if that. I have a copy of a letter from the LEUSD expressing the city's support for the new school. Please move forward on releasing the portion of that CFD so we can move forward with building the school our families deserve.
Okay.
I worked really hard on getting this school put in, so it means a lot to me.
Appreciate that.
But I do want people to understand they're two separate issues.
We've got, and we got a couple of people behind you, but as you got two association members there, I'd be happy to go ahead and attend your next association meeting. You guys can be happy to go ahead and answer questions for the board directly. Okay? Madam City Clerk.
Our last two speakers, David Swan, followed by Chris Hyland.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm David Swan. I live at 30061 Brown Street in the City of Lake Elsinore. My friend Todd Money received a $107 parking citation the other day parking on a dirt lot next to my house. The citation reference code is 17148-020. In regards to this, it's apparent that a person can park on the vacant lot next to my house. It's just like parking on the lot over there across the street. I'm baffled by why someone received a ticket for parking here. There are no indications, such as signs on the property, no parking, etc. Everyone uses this lot to park on, especially on street sweeping day. Most certainly, it includes the city and the water company. This ticket is unjust and unwarranted, and I ask for repeal to the citation. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Swan, could you talk to Mr. Hollingsworth? He's our chief of police. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
code enforcement. Excuse me.
The tall guy.
Yeah,
Grant
we'll
Taylor.
go ahead.
Grant Taylor will be the
Talk
gentleman. Afterwards, you need to speak to Mr. Grant Taylor.
Pardon me. See, that's why we got a good team here. I love that. Thanks, guys.
My name is Chris Hyland, and I live in the City of Lake Elsinore. I'm not here to talk about Alberhill. I'm here to talk about our city clerk. I was so unhappy when I found that she was leaving. She has been one of the best we've had since Vicky Cassad, and that's been many years ago. And I'm really unhappy that she is leaving, and I probably cry a little bit, but she has done a wonderful job for us, and we're all going to miss her.
Thank you. We had a real outpouring here tonight in the comments section. I'm just going to take a moment of personal privilege just to go ahead and kind of address real quick the elephant in the room, the CFD that we're talking about, and obviously the PR campaign's kind of whipped this up a little bit. Earlier this year, we went ahead and approved a refunding process for the CFD in Area A in the Alberhill Estates. That refunding process saved on average, and you guys haven't seen it yet because it's going to come out in the next tax bill, about $700 per parcel. So you're already going to see some relief from what you're paying today or what you're used to paying in the past. What the City of Lake Elsinore did is we created an opportunity, and the opportunity was for the developer responsible for your project to be able to participate in the carve-out that you're talking about. Now, CFDs are very complicated financing structures, and so some of this has a lot to do with the Area B funding and financing. What I can tell you is this. We created the opportunity. We pushed very, very hard for that opportunity to be exercised, and unfortunately, it looks like the developers decided to take a different path. We can't do much about that, okay? Further, they've also notified us in writing that they intend to go ahead and not issue bonds on Area B, and we can't force them to take bonds out on Area B. We have no legal standing to do so. So the bottom line is, it sounds like there's an outpouring of support for this, of course. Politically, there's not much we can do to exercise or to go ahead and force any issue beyond what we've already done, and that is the refunding process that lowered your CFD. We also wouldn't stand in the way of this, I should say for myself, speaking for myself, I wouldn't necessarily stand in the way of the school project either. That's something that is pertinent, it's necessary to improve that particular development, and when you take away everything else, it's the next best thing. So unfortunately, there's some good news and there's some bad news, and that's unfortunate. We are working hard with the developer on the other part of it. A lot of you commented on this. And what I'll say is that at least here you have a major proponent for this development project, but it's got to be within the letter of the law. And we've been asking for certain deliverables for a while, and they have not been delivered. And so we've been hearing hashtag what's the holdup, and I would say hashtag it's the developer. So hashtag sorry, not sorry. Sorry, guys. So we're working on that. We're going to continue moving that forward, and we like the benefits. We like what's proposed, but we also need to make sure that roads are done, infrastructure is improved, traffic counts are done correctly, parks have baseball fields, basketball courts, we have public access for certain things. All of that's important. We've seen the examples over here in Tuscany Hills with one-way in and out. We've seen Railroad Canyon that we're now working on a multi-million-dollar solution, no participation of developers. We've made this mistake way too many times, and we're not going to let it happen again. So, looking for the right deal. All right, moving forward. All right, moving forward. Madam City Clerk, there's nothing else, right? Okay.
We have no further requests to speak under public comments.
Thank you.